superhighway.
Yeah, it's a super highway of growth. So now we covered these 3 areas of how we could start and grow and explode a business.
Right.
And you've done that all with, I believe, 1 or 2, 3 little key principles.
Right.
So could you leave with our audience today? If there's people out there that's ready, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how to find their skill set. They don't know how to grow a business. They're stuck in the one pizza shop around the corner. I think that's where I'm going to stay with this, to see how they could develop and move off of that block and explode and expand.
Okay.
So the one pizza shop guy, all right, he's been at it 10 years. He loves making pizzas. Mm-hmm. How do we get this one in and out of a strategic, like get them to blow up their space? How do we do that?
Okay.
Because it's brick and mortar.
Yeah. You said you wanted to stump me.
I want to.
You're close.
Ooh.
Okay, and the reason you're close is because most people are where they are because of their mindset. Okay, the fellow who's got one pizza shop and loves making pizza, he's happy making pizza.
Leave him alone.
Okay, and he may not have it in his mind that he wants to be the owner of 250 pizza shops, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if he did, he'd be he wouldn't stay working at making a pizza.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of times people who are good at a business or a trade or a profession, the reason they go into the business is not because they want to get wealthy. They go into that business because they think they know more than their boss now. They don't like working for somebody else. They like the idea of being in control of their own time and that they don't have to report to anybody. And the fact that they now have their own little business where they make their own life, they do what they love doing, it's already at the level of what they want. Okay, that most of those folks really are not motivated to go much higher. If you're motivated to go much higher, if you're one of the few that are motivated to go higher, here's how you have to make that transition. You have to think to yourself, what's my passion? What do I love more than anything? And to do that, you may have to get your head out of the space you're working in now, because you may not like what you do now. Okay, you have to get it back to when you were a kid. You know, what made you happy? Before all the adults in your life told you you're a dreamer, you're never going to be able to do that, you know, you don't have the skill sets, you don't have the knowledge. Right, yeah, so you were discouraged. And they didn't mean you any harm.
Right.
They just didn't want you to be disappointed in life, right?
So protecting you.
Right, but eventually you gave up on those passions and those dreams because you were told you had to go this way to make your way in life. What I ask people to do is go back to those dreams they had when they were kids. Back when you had no capability of making those dreams real.
Right.
But get in touch with them, because they're the core of who you are. They really are the core of who you are. And then bring yourself forward. Okay, I'm not that person anymore. I have core competencies. I have skill sets. I've had a certain amount of training. There's things that I now know how to do. And what's more is there are places out there that can teach me what I don't know.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I got to get my head back into that passion and start to think of, all right, what do I really want to do with my life? When they write that epitaph on my gravestone, what's it going to say? Okay, what is it going to tell people about my life and what I contributed and what I did? That is the most important thing that you can get in touch with, because that is the power that you have inside you. It's the driving force that will take you through all the obstacles, because you're going to hit them, to that ultimate success. But once you find it, you're already a step ahead of the game. Then the next thing you have to do is say, okay, within that field that I'm passionate about, okay, how do I find the trends? How do I get in front of those trends? How do I do the research that gives me all the right pieces to pull into place? How can I enjoy pulling those pieces together, orchestrating those pieces to that bigger thing? And then how do I build it around a business model that gives everybody a piece for themselves, okay, that they want? Two things I always tell an entrepreneur.